So what is the Court of the Seven Headed Serpent? Sitting atop the spire in the highest tower overlooking the Iron City of Dis, the Court of the Seven Headed Serpent holds power as the infernal war council for Hell's forces. The political arena of Hell is ever shifting, and through scheming, treachery, pettiness and subterfuge, a devil never holds a seat on the council for very long. Work gangs of slaves are driven by the Yoke Fiends to tirelessly erect statues around Dis to depict the serpent heads, representing wrath, envy, pride, gluttony, sloth, lust and greed, only to tear them down again and crush them to rubble as a new demon lord ascends to a seat in the court. As a result of this constant jostling for position, the hierarchy of Hell is far from stable, and only Mamon is said to have held the seat of greed almost without deposition for the duration of the Great War. Other positions have seen a bewildering parade of Hell's nobles who assume their positions in the endless carousel of the court's political landscape. This ebb and flow of a demon lord's power and position is reflected on Earth by their mortal followers, whose power and influence in the Levant wax and wanes as their patron's power does. While the demon lords within it hunger for power, the court surprisingly operates in a democratic process of majority vote to decide the movements of Hell's forces. But this is often by the narrowest of margins. The might and influence of a demon lord is directly related to the amount of mortal followers they have corrupted and are sacrificed in their name. Therefore, the court carefully limits the warbands who venture into the Levant, so that the majority of the death and suffering in their forces is done by mortals, which empowers the demon lords. However, this careful administration of the warbands also serves a couple of other purposes, as not only does the mortal suffering insult God, who they refer to as Yahweh the Tyrant, but it also avoids breaching the covenant of Hell and heaven's direct and divine retribution. This is because the covenant of Hell limits Hell's forces to those with both spiritual and material beings, meaning that the demons who take to the Levant have the remnants of a mortal soul. And so it is that at Hell's command, their warbands gather to march through the gates of Hell, as great Yoke Fiends gather mortal slaves with their lash. The Yoke Fiends are great bestial slave drivers who despise their own reflection because it reminds them of the divinity they have lost. From under great basalt tombstones, the Hell Knights are brought forth, forced into their armour and swear fealty to a Praetor before riding forth as its bannermen, and polluting and corrupting all that go near it, the Desecrated Saints are on great war altars to show the influence and power of their patron. These loathsome creatures were once the most pious and holy of warriors, but they were cast down at their moment of their apotheosis to sainthood by the treachery of a powerful demon. Swarming ahead of and heralding the coming of the warbands of the court are great horse-sized Pit Locusts. These take to the skies and tear at the faithful with tooth and claw and bring them low with poisonous stingers. And when dark portents and terrible omens favour a warband, they may be accompanied by a hunter of the left-hand path. These are aloof and mysterious hunters who shun the commands of even the mightiest archdevils, seeing their will as a sort of suggestion at best, because they offer service to great and terrible entities, long forgotten but still feared. The Wretched, or the human slaves of the court, driven forward by the whips of spiteful Yoke Fiends, and hovering over the battlefield in an eerie homage to their lost angelic past, the ever-mutating Sorcerors direct foul goetic magics to bring ruin to the faithful, often empowered by the sacrifice of a Wretched. All of this happens at the behest of great Praetors, the demonic generals, magistrates, nobles and commanders of Hell's forces who direct their warbands to best serve their liege's will. These great horrors serve a demon lord of the court directly, as a minor noble. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if you'll be taking up the political intrigue and fielding a warband of the court of the Seven Headed Serpent. If you'd like to know more about the set of the Trench Crusade, click the link on screen to discover more about the lore of the setting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon.